Here's something we can all speak to. Don't you want the Bioshock girl to be real? Like a real human being?
Maybe, I don't know.
I
Maybe?
mean, she has something like limitless power, and you want to put that into someone that can and will likely reject you. Characters are always more interesting to me when they're not real, because when they're not real, they're not full of all of the human failures, just the ones we choose to give them, just the interesting ones, you know. Characters like as she exists now, she doesn't have a stretched out pair of white underwear,
Sure.
you know?
Wow, you
I
got
like
something against granny panties?
No, 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 it's just that everyone's got them. Except for her, because she's not real. She doesn't have them yet.
Right. Lightning and Sarah from Final Fantasy, they don't have granny panties.
Right.
They probably have pink. I'm gonna guess bikini cut panties. If I had to educate a guess here, I'm gonna guess bikini cut. Well, what are those kind where it's just like the string on the side, and then the V of fabric? What is that? French cut? I don't know my panties.
I don't know the terminology, but I'm surprised you even have to guess. I would think there'd be like literal proof out there of what it is.
Yeah, you would expect Square Enix to be on that.
Yeah, we can do some.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so actually, come to think of it, well, the panties aren't shown here. Lightning's new getup in this game is like all leg. So at some point, we should probably be able to verify panties. That's an important thing to do. We'll
She's
check
just
on that.
like some light armor with legs sprouting out of it. Is that?
It is exactly what it is. It's light armor, but sleeveless. So,
Of course.
I mean,
So it's practical.
right. I think there's some chest exposed too. So
Whoa, whoa.
it's decorative armor then, and then all legs, and of course tail feathers for the furries and
Why
fish.
not?
Yeah, yeah. But I would rather see a million fancy characters with bullshit armor than I would fucking muscle guy with the broad shoulders, the shaved head, the squared off face, and a fucking machine gun or a ripped up shirt. Dirty khakis, brown boots.
We
It's
are
that guy.
so terribly uncreative in our character designs in the West. It's really depressing.
So we say that we hate the fantasy character designs from the East. But I wonder why, because we really, really should hate the Western fantasy and all other designs. It's either army guy or tough guy with shaved head, or tough chick, or I mean, can't we think of something else? There's a lot of sexy chick, of course, sexy tough chick.
Why don't we have more average dude characters? Is that
Um,
just boring to us as average dudes altogether, that we're just not interested in playing? I don't know, because every time I make a character in a game, I wind up making myself. I'm an average dude with,
yeah, I guess so.
limitless carrying capability, full of rocket launchers.
You know what I wonder? How come Nintendo can't let you play a demo on the 3DS more than 30 times?
Once you
Because
buy this shit, that's easy. There's your answer.
yeah, I know, but seriously, so if you download the new Resident Evil Revelations, there's a counter. Is that just like insane to anyone else that they would
Yeah,
even
it's
go to
almost as bad
that
as the games
trouble?
that had, remember like time counters where you could play this for like 60 minutes, and yeah, that sucks.
Well, here's the thing about it. It's just silly because no one's gonna play it 30 times unless they're trying to prove a point. So then, if you have someone like me complaining about it, you can't complain about it without being a prick.
Right.
It's just weird. I don't know why they would do that.
They don't want you to play it for free. They want you to buy it.
Well, it's some people could very well be completely satisfied playing a demo stage over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, Lord knows I will play the same first stage of a game hundreds of times if the game is addictive enough. And in the case of something like Resident Evil Revelations, that might be enough to satisfy, it might be enough to scratch that itch. So they want to cut you off at 30, so because clearly you're interested, but if you want to play that first level again, you're going to have to pony up some cash.
Here's the thing: if you're 11 years old and you have no money, these demos are like your they're really the most of your gaming experience. You get that one game Christmas or your birthday or some shit, but everything in between, for most kids I know, is demos.
Well, that's even worse because then it's like Nintendo hates the kids.
Yeah, well,
Sure
I
they
think
do.
we have firmly established that the companies responsible for making games aren't interested in you unless you have money.
Right. That's what they're there for. So there you go. That's your answer.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry to break the news.
Yeah, well, it's not like I don't care that much. It just seems like they really went out of their way to do this. It's like 30 times. That's gotta be it.
Yeah.
We've done science to figure this out.
Though, they probably have.
They
There's
probably did.
been
That's the
research
funny
done.
part.
At the end of the day, I want one part of my life that has nothing to do with video games, and I can't really find it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, everything I do somehow relates to video games, and while 99% of me just loves video games and is happy to continue playing them for the rest of my life, there's just sometimes I just want a break, and I can't find it. Everything is related to video games somehow, or at least in my mind it is. Cooking, like fucking cooking dinner.
Well, now they're making video game cooking shows, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Everything I do makes me think of games somehow. That's how you know you're a fucking geek. I mean, that's you want to know for sure you're a geek. That just if you relate everything to video games, I got news for you. Guess what? You're a geek, dude. So, I mean, I haven't mowed the lawn in many years, but I think if I did, I would somehow make it a game or relate it to games, or we can't even talk about sleeping without relating it to role-playing game stats.
That's how I made it through my childhood because I was endlessly bored by the things that I was told I needed to do, so I had to turn them into games. I had to make it a challenge scenario to where it's like, all right, fine, I'll do this thing you want me to do, but I'm going to do it in some convoluted fashion that's going to personally satisfy me. Um, and now I can't stop.
Yeah, it's a sickness.
It probably is a real sickness, and we don't have a name
No,
for
I'm
it.
not even serious. Yeah, it's a sickness. It has to be. I'm not worried about it. I'll live with this sickness, but it's definitely something. I wonder if all this social networking kind of, you know, instant alerts on your phone, and then you sit at your computer, and then you get them, and you have to respond to them, and this whole management of your social network feels like a really weird game that everyone's stuck in. And it's like a bad, this is kind of meta, but it's like a bad Facebook game where you can't stop playing it because you're getting all these alerts, and you have to check your fucking crops, and everything has to be I's have to be dotted and T's have to be crossed, or you can't relax. You only relax when you go to sleep, and that's what it feels like. Some of social networking is. It's like this really sad, long, never-ending game with no point. It's as much fun as it is to drop in links of corgi videos. I look at social networking differently. I'll put something out there. I'll respond to what people say, but it's at my leisure. It's just like, oh, what's going on with these dudes, and check in. But I see so many other people, and they're just stuck in it like they are, like Cityville. We had that bout where we all played Cityville together just to check it out, and then some of us kept fucking playing it nonstop, and like. There just came a day where I was like, "Why the hell am I doing this? This is shit. It's boring. It's I'm being reeled in every time I try to jump out." So maybe that's the game. Maybe that's social networking. Maybe it's just Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and all that shit. Why am I the only one talking?